Today we're going to talk about how to make a YouTube video if you're a mortgage person trying to generate more business. Videos are really important because they give you the opportunity to show your face to a lot of people. That's the wrong way to make a YouTube video, and I'm going to tell you why right now. I'm going to give you 3 tips to make a YouTube video if you suck on camera. And by the way, everybody kind of thinks they suck on camera. Nobody likes the way they look or the way they sound on camera. Did you know that the way your voice sounds to you is not the way others hear your voice? Did you know that? I'm a real believer in this because I personally have filmed videos in Arizona professionally. I have flown to Hollywood, filmed in Studio City in a professional set with a director, on a full-on set. The videos didn't turn out that good, and the number one rule to making a video, sounds obvious, is you have to know your content inside and out. If I asked you to explain to me on video what a dog looks like, okay? Would you go, a dog has 4 legs, is fuzzy, and a big floppy tongue? No, you wouldn't. You'd say, well, a dog has 4 legs, they have a tail, they're a man's best friend, they're shaggy, you can get male or female. You don't have to think about it. You know the content so well that you don't need a script. This is debatable here. I think you can have a script, but I would tell you that if you're gonna use a script, be really good at reading it. I'm just telling you, and I think it's good to start with a script, but at some point, I would strongly urge you become a pro, at least just get bullets, like a list of what you're going to talk about. Ultimately, if you want to reach that next level, if you can just know the content like we know the dog, in our example, it'd be like, what's an FHA loan? Explain to me what an FHA loan is. If you were talking to 5 people right now, and you were talking about an FHA loan, you'd say, well, an FHA loan is kind of more of a first-time home buyer loan. So if you have a little less money, we probably would go with an FHA loan, 3.5% down. You're gonna have 2 levels of insurance up front. So you don't have to think about it. You just talking to 5 people. Now, that's a mindset. Step number one, make sure you know the information. If you don't know it, read it and learn it and master it in your head. This is not an actual talking skill. This is a preparation skill. So to be good on camera for a mortgage video, the first step of 3 steps doesn't even require talking. It's preparation. Know that material so well that it just flows. Number 2, I wrote it down here. Before you start filming, I need your brain 100% focused on the material and not how you look or sound. Now, your teeth are probably jacked up somewhere. Your face probably looks a little funny. You probably hate your voice. The sound waves of your voice resonate through the bones in your ear, so your voice sounds different to you than anybody else. Somehow, some way, you have got to tell yourself that what you don't like about yourself is not what other people like or don't like about you. That was confusing. What I mean is, you're being unfair to yourself because your voice probably sounds a lot better to other people than it does to you. I personally have never liked my voice until I realized that I don't like it is not the same as other people not liking it. In fact, more than that, people don't really give a shit. People are here for content, which is our number 2 point. Focus on the content 100%. In order to do that, you got to forget about yourself. You got to forget about what you look like. You got to forget about what you sound like, and you got to think content.
Think content.
Don't think voice. Don't think look. You have to decide to flip that switch in your head. I'm going content. So I am going to be presenting a video. I know my content. I'm focused on just my content. I can't even see myself. And here's the hard part. In a video, you have to pretend like you're talking to 5 people, not one person. Because if I
talk to one person, I'm going to say, well, basically, how an FHA loan works is there's 3.5% down, and it's pretty cool first-time home buyer.
If I'm talking to 5 people, it's like, FHA loans are pretty awesome, 3.5% down. It's a first-time home buyer loan. Now, my voice is a little higher, I'm a little more rapid, but the bottom line is, at this level, you're just focusing on your content, the rest will take care of itself. Now, number 3, this is the one that'll trip you up if you're not careful. Believe it or not, when you are on camera, you look flatter. Your voice is flatter, your energy is flatter, your whole demeanor is flatter than it really is. The camera bogs you down, it washes you down, and you go from 3D to 2D, and it washes you down. So number 3, crank the intensity up a little bit. Now that I know my content, now that I'm focused on just my content, I've got to crank it up a little bit, I've got to loosen up a little bit. Some people, they will do jumping jacks. They'll burn off a little energy if you're nervous. You're not even looking at yourself. You're focusing on your content. So what you got to do is crank it up a little bit. You want to speak a little bit louder, but you also have to take your words and change the tempo a little bit from time to time. I can be telling you what I'm doing. It's an FHA loan, 3.5% down, but here's the kicker. You're going to have upfront mortgage insurance and monthly mortgage insurance. Some people call it annual. What did I do? I went volume high and I arranged it down, and I went tempo high and I brought my tempo down a little bit. I intentionally did that. It's the first intentional thing you're going to do. When you do that, you are connecting. The first tip is you should know it inside and out. Number 2, get that mindset focused on that content. And number 3, loosen up. Fire up a little bit and understand your voice can go fast or slow, and it can flow. Remember, the real magic here is if you are totally focused on content the whole time, you won't even realize that you're modulating your voice fast, slow, up, down, or whisper to make a point. It's actually natural. Even little kids, when they're talking to their parents and they want something, they know how to change their voice. They know how to change their voice to sell, to make a point, to convince, to persuade, whatever you want to call it. You naturally can talk on camera. The only reason you think you can't is because there's a lot of man-made shit in your head that's keeping you from being natural. You are the only limitation to your ability to present on camera. You will never know your full potential on camera unless you can get past these 3 things. So that's it for today. If you like this information and you want to follow us for more, click subscribe, follow us for more.